I think Alana had a really good point earlier and on maybe where this is going. And we're seeing now more women and the NIL space. We've got more women. And I think maybe where we're going in terms of women in sport, in the collegiate space, I think it can maybe turn the professional side too, because we're becoming more invested, right? So women's sports are becoming more popular overall, but as we're following these student athletes, maybe all of a sudden women's basketball is becoming more and more popular. Maybe it's because we follow somebody on Instagram and, the point's been made. We want to see what they're doing because we're interested in their fashion content. We want to watch them play. And maybe it brings more interest and more fans then that watch whatever the women's sport is to watch it, and they continue following it then, maybe on the professional level. So maybe it's a way to kind of use this opportunity to say, drive fans, drive eyeballs, drive more visibility to women's sports overall.
Yeah, I mean, I will be watching Bayou Barbie to the WNBA for sure.
Did you guys see Bill Burr's special about women in sports? Oh yeah, he blames us women for women's sport not being big. He goes, "Do you watch? Who's your best team in your hometown? Who's your top 10 players?" And I was like, it's a very interesting. Yeah, so maybe they'll capture women that way. Yeah, because I was like, oh, it's true.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm busy watching my sports. He's like, what about you? So I thought that was an interesting point.
But I do think that, to Caitlin's point and yours, I think that over I think last season for the WNBA was the first time where you could really view all of the games, like in access. And if brands are investing more access, then I think more people will watch. More people are going to games. I mean, the tickets are certainly much more affordable than, going to the same male professional sport. But yeah, and I think what was like the most fun thing for us last year was seeing how popular Angel City was.
Say Julie, that crew over there, they're the smartest people in women's business of sport. Of course, she comes from finance. And so if you say, hey, who's doing that the best from what I've seen, it's them.
Yeah.
Because they taking a financial approach to sport business and putting butts in the seats and making revenue and really figuring it out.
Yeah. And I think that's what has to happen.
Absolutely. They've done a great job. Yeah. For sure. Get them next.
Yes. Wonderful. Well, thank you to our panel. Can we get a round of applause for our panel?